I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the environment and the importance of cleanliness with the cows here at Arethusa Farm. One of our main focuses is keeping their areas dry. When they're inside in the barn, they're standing on a mattress. This is a 8 inches of shredded rubber tires that's compressed down into a 4-inch mattress and then covered with a very thick fabric. That serves a couple different purposes. First of all, it gives some cushioning to them as they're standing here. It's easier on their joints, just makes more flexibility for their hocks, and allows them a more comfortable environment during the time that they spend inside the barn. The second purpose of this is just to keep their hair from roughing up on their hocks, and then we cover this on top with a combination of chopped straw and dry wood shavings. This adds extra cushion for them as they're laying and resting throughout the day. The importance of this area being dry links directly to the quality of the milk. You do not want cows to be in an environment where they're laying in any kind of moisture or manure, because that can greatly increase the possibility of them having bacteria enter their udder through the sphincter muscles at the base of the teat that we mentioned earlier. We try to keep this entire area free of all debris, dry and clean. It's for the cow's comfort and then also for the quality of the milk that we're producing. It's very important to us that the cows have a clean environment, and also that they're clean themselves and their body and their hair coat. These cows have been clipped, as you can see. It's very similar to having your dog groomed. We clip their hair probably 4 to 6 times a year. It keeps them more comfortable, it gives them a more natural, shiny hair coat, and it also is easier then to keep them clean in the stalls and when they're outside on pasture. The tails are washed at Arethusa every day while they're getting their noon feeding. They all get their tails washed and combed out with a shampoo and conditioner. And as you can tell, the hair on the udder has also been trimmed tight with clippers. Again, that is more appealing from a standpoint of just observing the cow, but also it greatly affects the amount of manure and other debris that can collect around on the udder and then potentially affect the quality of the milk through increased bacteria. So the environment that the cow lives in, and then also the cow's cleanliness, are major important factors here that are priorities for us when we take care of the cows at Arethusa. Obviously, the diet for these dairy cows is very important to the production that they yield. We work with an independent nutritionist who's trained in dairy nutrition, visits the farm 6 times a year, and he takes samples of our feed. We get everything sent to a lab for analysis, and then we give each cow a balanced ration based on the nutrients in the feed that we're using. The main sources for their diet are grain, which is a combination of grains, and then protein pellets, and the main fiber intake that these cows have is dry hay. You can see that this is a grass hay. We feed strictly grass hay here. We feel it's the best as far as the fiber level, and it's easy for a cow to digest. Some places that you'll find cows do eat a lot of alfalfa, but that's a much higher protein hay that is sometimes more difficult for the cow's digestive system. So we choose the mix of grasses and the grass hay, and this is available 24 hours a day for the cows. You'll also see that they have access to drinking water cups on either side of them, so they have ample access to fresh water at all times. When we do feed grain, all of this hay is swept back, and then the grain is fed directly on the manger area so that nothing goes to waste. The cows are fed grain 4 times a day by an automatic grain feeder. It's a computerized system that allows us to give each cow her own individual diet based on the amount of milk production she has, the number of days it's been since she calved, and also just a visual observation of her body condition.